Yo, RX back with another recap of UFC Vegas 96, Borralho versus Cannonier. We back with another recap of a card that was good. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fine card. I didn't really have many issues with it, maybe two, and that's about it. I thought the card was fine. For an Apex card, it was really above average in my opinion. I don't know, it was not bad. I enjoyed it. Again, I can. It's rare that I can walk out of an Apex card pretty satisfied. The fights were good, the finishes were good. For an Apex card, a late one at that, it was fine. I thought it was fine, above average, and I enjoyed it, so can't really complain. Got some nice highlights, got 2 Fight of the Year contenders. So, we had a KO of the Year contender, 2 Fight of the Year contenders, and just some good moments, so I'm happy, and that's about all I can say. What else I can say is, fuck, I'm kind of losing my train of thought. Before I get into recap, please like, comment, subscribe. 100 subs goal by the end of the year. And unless I'm getting to say something, because I'm pretty much talking about the card, I thought it was decent, and I thought it was actually good. And outside of a few moments, I enjoyed it. We got some really good moments on it, and about all I can really say about it without going in depth on the fights. So, unless I'm forgetting to say something, which I don't believe I am. No, I don't think so. You ready to recap some fights? Because I know I am. Let's do it. 11 fights. I know that does seem a little off from the breakdown, because I did break down 12, but we did lose a fight. At the beginning of the card, we did lose Zigamontes versus Nathan Fletcher from the card, which is a shame. Fletcher was having medical issues, and the fight got cancelled not long before the event meant to happen, which sucks. But the good part of it is, it already is rebooked for Burns and Brady in 2 weeks, so that's cool. Happy it got rebooked very quickly, and we won't have to wait long to finally see it happen. So some good news in the bad news. So yeah, just wanted to update that, since that is a fight I broke down, and that is a fight we did lose, sadly, and that's why we are down a fight overall. But we still had 11 fights, and I would say about 9 of them delivered. So, you ready to break them down? I know I am. Let's do it. 5 prelims, still pretty good. Let's begin in the women's flyweight division, as we begin with maybe the holy shit moment of the night, one of the craziest KOs of the year, as we began the night with Cong, Wang versus Victoria Leonardo. Wow. That's the only thing I can say. Wow. That's one way to be in a card. Wow. Where do I begin? It was as you see, it was only 1 minute and 2 seconds, because not really much happened. They had a small feeling out process, and eventually Cong landed the most beautiful 1-2 you'll see, and knocked Leonardo out cold, and I mean out cold. It was vicious, and it was a holy shit moment. I know I said holy shit. Like, I expected Cong to look good here, get a win, a first round finish no less. She was my lock of the night, no surprise. I was not expecting that. I was expecting maybe like a body shot, or like maybe some ground and pound, something like you usually see. I was not expecting a flat out drop dead knockout. smelling salts are needed type knockout. Like, Jesus Christ. Just insane. Well, that's how you make a debut. That's how you make a debut. I'm not really sure what else to say. That's how you make a debut. Maybe the debut of the year. Maybe I would have to look back on the year and think about some other debuts, but I don't know what else could top that. I don't know what else could. Like, the main one coming to mind is MVP, but that was a 3-round decision against Kevin Holland. That was not a flat-out murder. So, I don't know. I'm still speechless talking about it right now. It was just that impressive, and wow. I think just holy shit and wow are the main things I could say, so it's the main thing I'll say, so can't really say much else. It was a 1 minute 2 second fight, so I guess the recap for the fight overall is over. Now let's talk about the fighters. Gotta talk about Cong first. Holy fucking shit. She's good. She's a problem. The UFC just signed themselves a fucking problem. She's gonna be a problem. She's only 32 years old, I believe. She's fucking tall for the weight class. She has power. She's good everywhere. She's good. She's not someone who's like never fought into a second round. She has 2 wins in every way you can win a fight. UFC, you just signed yourself a legit fucking problem. I think you already kind of predicted she was going to be decent since she had a win over Valentina in kickboxing 9 years ago. But I don't think anyone expected her to be this good. I know I didn't, and I thought she was going to be like really fucking good. I did not expect her to be this good. Like, wow. That's all I can really think is, wow. Just get her in the rankings. Get her a rankings fight immediately. I know she did call out Casey O'Neill. Watch your fucking mouth. But get her a rankings fight immediately. Like, put her on that fucking card in China later in the year. Main card against a ranked fighter. She deserves it. Like, how the fuck do you not? The debut of the year, and I don't know what else to say. Just wow. Like, the only fucking critique you can have it was against Victoria Leonardo, which is a fucking weak fucking critique. And even if you want to use that, she's looked the best against Leonardo than Leonardo's other losses. Quickest finish and most flawless victory. But so she's did better than Manon Ferro and Natalia Silva. Come on. Cong's a fucking problem, and get her in the rankings. That's all I can think. For Victoria Leonardo, I almost feel bad for her. Because, like, yeah, she's not good, but how the fuck is she meant to be good? I think I said the same thing in the breakdown. Look at her fucking losses. Manon, Gatto, Natalia, and Cong. Fighting for the belt next. Really good. Probably going to win the belt soon. And probably our top contender. Like, the UFC gave her no easy fights, and the one easy fight they did give her, she fucking won. So, what do you really want her to do? Like, no, she is not the most talented, but how could anyone be when you're fighting Natalia Silva, Manon Ferro, and fucking Cong Wang within 5 fights? So, I don't know. Just impressive. Just impressive, her strength of schedule. And, again, I almost feel bad for her, but I guess kind of feel bad in fighting. There's no easy fights, and Leonardo learned that the hard way, so probably time to cut her. She is 1-4 in the UFC. All her losses by knockout and just got starched in a minute. So I think you probably cut her. Maybe you give her one more fight since she has been fighting a murderer's row. Maybe you finally give her a easy fight after getting murdered. But yeah, I think you probably cut her. 34 years old, not the most active anyway, and has really done nothing impressive in the UFC than just get put on highlight reels. So yeah, I think you probably cut her, but again, if you want to give her one more fight, go ahead. I say she's gone. So I don't know. Now to talk about the fight idea for Cong Wang again. I say you get her in the rankings. Like, you don't have a performance like that and don't get fucking a ranked fight, in my opinion. The one problem is all the people who are unbooked, or who are booked, or all the people in the rankings right now are booked. The only one unbooked is, funny enough, Casey, but they're not doing that. Everyone else booked. Well, actually Cortez is not booked, but they would never feed Cortez to someone, so... Like, I guess the only fight... I'm down to your fight Caitlin, Chikagian, Samanara. Why not? Like, everyone else is booked. And then, like, if you just go through the rankings, I don't think it makes sense. Booked. The UFC would never do that. Booked. You know? Mrs. Chikagian, you want to get fed to Cong Wang? I think that's the fight you do. Seminar has been off for a hot ass minute, not done. Oh, she did fight Macy Barber. I forgot about that. Yeah, feed Caitlin Chikagian to her. I think that makes sense. Be a cool main card fight, and I'm down to see it. I'm down to see Caitlin Chikagian get her fucking head caved in by Cong Wang. Let's do it. I'm down to see that, and I think Cong deserves it. Get her that rankings fight. Let's see how she does. Let's see how good she really is. Cong Wang against Caitlin Chikagian. Book it. And for Victoria Leonardo, like I said, just cut her. See you in Invicta. Well, about all I can really think to say. But yeah, don't really got much else to say about this fight. A 1 minute, 2 second KO. I had to rave about it for a good amount of time, but it just wow. I'm impressed, and good job, Cong. So, not very much else to say. Great performance, great debut of the year. And who should she fight next? I like Cong versus Caitlin Chikagian. I think that fight makes a lot of sense, and I think it. Why not? About all I gotta say about this fight. Great debut. Should have got a bonus. Got completely robbed of a bonus. After that, we head to our second fight of the night, staying with the females, this time going to bantamweight, as we have a fight that, on paper, I think is the worst fight on the card, and in execution, it was alright, as we have in our second fight, Jacqueline Cavalcanti versus Josiane Nunes. Again, this fight was fine, no fight really, not a fight really gonna remember much, but it was decent. For 3 rounds, Cavalcanti pretty much did what I think a lot of people expect her to do and just circle around the cage and win, which she pretty much did. The long story short of the fight was Cavalcanti was circling around the cage, fucking keeping that range, fighting very well, and Josie Nunes was pretty much just throwing fucking bombs, praying she could actually land one, and she barely did. So, no, I have no idea what Ron McCarthy watched, but good on him, I guess. There's no chance in hell Nunes won this fight, let alone 327. Like, I gave Nunes, I think it was round 2, but that was just me being nice, and it was a very close round, I guess. Probably the closest round of the fight. Round 1 and 3 were pure domination by Cavalcanti. And it was at worst a clear 29-28 for Cavalcanti, so I don't know. Judging is somehow getting worse by the fucking week, and I don't know. I don't really know what to say. I don't know how it's getting shittier by the week, but it is. So it's insane to me. But what is not insane is a perfect prediction. Cavalcanti fought well on the outside and was just the better fighter, so not very much to say. A very predictable fight. If you thought this fight was going to go any other way, I'm not really sure what you thought was going to happen. Did you think Nunes was gonna get a knockout? And you're I think being very generous. Did you think Nunes was gonna win a decision? Not really sure how you thought that would happen with how badly she fights. So it's kind of a clear fight to predict, and I think most people predicted pretty much on the nose. And again, I'm not sure what this 43% was thinking. I don't know. I really just don't know. But I'm not trying to be like fucking Mr. Genius. I did get picks wrong on the card, but I did call some nice picks. So not really sure what else you want me to say. But yeah, pretty simple fight to predict, and not an amazing fight, but not something you fucking will hate to watch. So yeah. To talk about each fighter real quick, Cavalcanti, another nice performance in the UFC, now 2-0. She's good. Is she the most exciting? No. Is she the most talented? No. She's decent. She's a perfectly fine fighter. She's 26 years old, very young to her career, no less, only her 8th career fight. So she's a decent fighter. Really good kickboxing, very good ability to fight at range, good cardio. She's a perfectly fine fighter. Like, I'm not really sure what weakness I would even point out in her game right now. Her cardio seems good. Her kickboxing and fight IQ is good. I'm trying to think. Have we seen her ground game? I don't think we have. So who knows if she can grapple? But I'm guessing she can grapple a little bit. She's a perfectly fine fighter. So about all I can really think to say. So do I think she's gonna make waves in the division? No. And that's coming in a division that I think is weaker than fucking paper. So I just don't think she's that good, and I don't think she's good enough to make waves right now. But I think she's I think she's fine to be a top 15 fighter at women's bantamweight. But like, let's be honest, I don't see her doing much else. Like kind of like Julia Aviela, Chelsea Chandler. She's kind of just gonna float around that bottom tier of the rankings for a while, unless she just gets really good out of nowhere. But right now, I think she's just subpar. She can win fights against, I think, pretty bad fighters, but I don't know how she does against good fighters. Like, her best career win at the moment is fucking, I believe, Nora Cannoli, who's very good, but that's not an amazing win. So yeah. But I don't know, Cavalcanti's decent, young, and maybe she'll get better. Looked good here in her return after a year, so about all I can really say. And then for Josie Nunes, she's just not good. Like, she was a funny meme for a little bit, but let's be honest, is she good? Fuck no. She's terrible. Like, she's Andrade with none of the talent. So, like, I don't know. She's just Andrade with none of the fucking talent of Andrade. She has the power, but shot selection, shitty. Fight IQ, shitty. Fucking, the knowledge of knowing how to fight right at this height, shitty. Like, all she did in this fight was wing wild shots for 15 minutes and pretty much miss. So, she's just not that good. She's just not that good, and yeah, she went on a 3-fight winning streak against Cans. Like, literally none of her wins are in the UFC right now. All 3 of the fighters she beat are gone, and gone. So, take that for what you will. She's just not a good fighter, and I really think she benefits by moving down moving down weight classes. She's not tall. I think, she just can't really fight at bantamweight. Even fucking Jessica Andrade couldn't fight at bantamweight. She's just too fucking small. It's that simple. You can't fight at bantamweight at fucking 5'2", 5'1", 5 feet. You're just gonna be outside. Doesn't matter how talented you are. That's why they have smaller weight class for smaller fighters. So, even Jessica Andrade couldn't fight at bantamweight. I think she had 1 or 2 fights at bantamweight. She fucking lost them. She's too outsized. Yeah, you weigh the same, but height-wise, you're smaller. Power-wise, you're smaller. So, I just think Nunes has to move down. Go to flyweight. fucking go fight people closer to your height and see what happens. So I don't know. I just think that would make the most sense for her. Do I think she'll do that? No, but that's what she should do, in my opinion. She should just move down and give it a chance. But if not, good luck. Just not good enough to. You just can't fight at 135. That's simple. Only thing left to say now, unless I'm forgetting something, is who should I fight next? For Jacqueline Cavalcanti, I don't really know if there's a fight for her in the rankings at the moment, because like I guess Chelsea Chandler if you want to do that fight, but I think Chandler should fight Avalera. Like, I guess if you want to give her Kianzad, but I think Kianzad should get cut. GDR is booked. Meerschaert, but I doubt that would happen. So probably someone outside the top 15, like someone alongside her. She has a couple names that kind of fit that billing. So just gotta find a right opponent. Like Lisboa would be decent. Just that one more win. Like, actually, Lisboa would be kind of perfect there, both 2-0. I guess even Melissa Gatto wouldn't be a terrible idea. So, I probably would say Lisboa, both 2-0 in UFC, both coming off nice wins. So, probably Tiana, is it Tiana? I didn't really look at her. Yeah, Tainara Lisboa probably makes the most sense. Unless they do give her like Chelsea Chandler or Julia Avilera, but I don't really see the point in those fights. I just don't really like those fights for Cavalcanti yet either. So I think I'm gonna go with Lisboa. I think that's a decent fight for her, and I'm not racing anyone else. If Vidal makes no sense. Irina is suspended. Gatto's the only other one you can make a case for, and I don't love it. Edwards makes no sense. So, yeah, I'll go Lisboa. Both 2-0 in the UFC, both very good, and let's see who wins. I'm down to see that. The winner gets the fucking rankings fight, and we go from there, so I'm down to see it. Book it. And then for Josie Nunes, I say move down to flyweight and see what happens. Give her, who's someone awful at flyweight? I don't fucking know. Insert name here. Give her like the bottom of the barrel at flyweight. Like, I don't know, Marnik Man, that might be a strawweight, but just an idea, so I don't know. But and if she stays at bantamweight, I don't know what the fuck she does. It's just a bad idea, so yeah. Not very much I'll say. Fine fight, nothing special, and it happened. It was decent. Nothing you're gonna remember, but nothing you're gonna hate. Only thing left to say is who should I fight next. I like Jacqueline Cavalcanti versus Tainara Lisboa. I think that's a very good fight. Both 2-0 in the UFC. Let's see who gets to win number 3 and gets in the rankings. And for Josie, I think she needs to move down to flyweight. Makes the most sense. Be her best career move. And might be what saves her career. So, yeah. Not very much I'll say. Cavalcanti and Lisboa sounds like a good fight. So let's do that. And overall, good performance by Cavalcanti to go 2-0 in the octagon. After that, we head to our third fight of the night in the men's. Well, of course, in the men's, in the lightweight division. A fight I had no fucking I had no faith in going 15 minutes, but it did somehow. And then our third fight of the night, our first men's fight of the night, we had Viacheslav Borshchev versus James Llontop. This was just a kickboxing match for 15 minutes to give you the long and short of it. It was good. It was good. Again, I had no faith in this going 15 minutes, but it somehow did. It was a fun 15 minutes. Again, it was a kickboxing match. That's the long and short of it, in my opinion. So, it was good. It was good. Not really much else I can really say. Talk about the fight real quick. For 10 minutes, Slava Claus kind of just easily beat Llontop in a kickboxing match. The most memorable moment was Llontop's eye poke, where he tried to finish the fight, but because Castagnoni is slower than shit and fucking could not get to the fighters quick enough. But besides that, Slava Claus was clearly up 2-0 going into the third, and then Llontop did win round 3, but it was too little too late in my opinion, and went to decision. The judges agreed. 2 of the judges agreed with me. The other one I think is a fucking psychopath. And Slava Claus wins his first fight in the UFC not by knockout. So yeah, the judges got it right. I don't know what Eric Colin was watching in round 1, but whatever. Good for you, man. You're an idiot. The other 2 got it right, and thank God. I'm actually, like, one thing I will say, I'm actually fucking amazed there was not a robbery on this card, because these judges were on fucking crack all night. So, thank God there was no robbery. They were on some next level stupid shit. But, yeah, they did get it right. Slava got the win, as he should, in a pretty much kickboxing match, so about all I can really say. Yeah, it was fine. Same thing I'll say about the Cavalcanti fight. It was perfectly fine. Not the worst fight I've ever seen. Not the best fight I've ever seen. Will I remember it in a couple days? No. It was fine. To talk about each fighter real quick, because there's not really much to say. For Slava Claus, good win. Good way to get back on track. Was it, like, I don't know, is he back? I don't know about that. Did he look improved? I don't know. He just had a kickboxing match, so we really didn't get to see, is his grappling better? We have no idea. Is his cardio better? I guess not really. He did lose round 3 because he did kind of tire out. Like, he took some big punches, I'll give him that. So Chase Hooper did better than Llontop. And, yeah, it was just like, you're just not gonna beat Slava in a kickboxing match. It's that simple. And Llontop learned that the hard way by losing to Slava in a kickboxing match. I don't know what you really expect to happen. You're just not gonna beat Slava Claus in a kickboxing match. That simple. Like, he's a very, very, very good kickboxer. We all know that. That's the one thing we know about Slava. Like, we know he can't fucking grapple for shit, but we know in a striking match he's going to win. So, yeah, just that simple. Like I said, I don't think he's that great of a fighter, but when you just fight his fight on the feet, you will probably lose. So, yeah. To talk about his opponent, James Llontop, he's terrible. It's that simple. He's a terrible fighter. Will he get another UFC fight? Probably. Would I give him another UFC fight? Fuck no. I think he's terrible. But, yeah. If they want to give him another fight, sure. He can lose one more. If he would have got finished, I would say cut him. But since he did have a fun fight and did go 15 minutes, sure, give him one more fight. But I still think he's trash. And I really don't know why Dana signed this guy. He's proven... I said he sucked after Contender Series. Some people gave me a little bit of fucking backlash, and slowly but surely I'm proven right again. I know I see garbage. I know garbage when I see it. Simple. One thing left to say now is who should they fight next for Slava Claus Borshchev. There's some good fights for him. Just book him in bangers. Don't give him fucking grapplers. Just book him in fun striking matches. It's that simple. If you want the most out of Slava Claus, you book him in bangers. Balaji Oki would be fun. Tom Nolan would be fun. That would be interesting. I would be really down to see that. Kurhalaba, I don't know about that. Francisco Prado would be fun. Roofy, that might go bad. I don't mind a Tom Nolan fight. Jamie Malarkey would be really fun, actually. Like, fucking, but, dude, I really gotta try and kill Jamie again. Terrence McKinney would be fucking mental. You know? Terrence McKinney and Slava Claus just screams fun. I might say that. You know what? Let's do it. Slava Claus and Terrence McKinney. That just screams A, a knockout, and B, a banger. I don't think they're teammates or training partners or whatever. Do it. Terrence McKinney, Slava Claus, Borshchev. Who says no? That's an amazing fight. That's ending in a finish, probably. Sign me the fuck up. Terrence McKinney and Viacheslav Borshchev. Book it ASAP. Put it in in front of a crowd. Amazing. Not very much else to say. Fine fight, nothing special. Just a kickboxing match, and Slava Claus will never lose that, so yeah, not very much else to say. Besides, who should they fight next? I love the idea of Slava Claus versus Terrence McKinney. Banger, 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 and banger. Book it. Can't say much else. I just gave the UFC the best idea possible, so let's get it booked. Can't really think of much else to say. Fine fight, Llontop's trash. Good one for Slava. Always happy to see Slava win. After that, we go to our fourth fight of the night. Not gonna waste time on this garbage, because it's just fucking pathetic. And in our fourth fight of the night, we go to middleweight for the first time of 4 fights. As we have Zach Reese versus Jose Medina. I'm not gonna waste your time. Jose Medina's a pathetic excuse for a fighter. He's not even a fighter, he's just a fucking punching bag. Yeah, Zach Reese beat the shit out of him for 15 minutes. No shocker. I don't know what else you want me to say. He beat the shit out of a punching bag for 15 minutes. I'm not gonna waste time. Jose Medina's garbage. Cut him immediately. Dana, you fucked up here. The dude's tough. He doesn't do shit else besides just be tough. He don't fight. He can't fight. He's a walking heavy bag. Cut him. If you give him another fight, you're fucking stupid. He's garbage. You know it, we know it, and we just saw it proven again here. He's ass. And talking about Zach Reese, this was a good sparring session for him. Showed he could go 3 rounds. His cardio looked decent. He really didn't gas till the 3rd round. We all know his striking's good. Yeah, it was a flawless performance. And I'm happy we got to see him leave round 1 and go all 3 rounds. Because again, he looked good. So, about all I can really say. Only thing left to say is who should they fight next. I hope they give Zach Reese a respectable fight. Like, I kind of feel bad for him to an extent, since he wasted a training camp and time fighting this fucking clown. So, hopefully they give him a fun fight next time out. Who? Cedricus Dumas wouldn't be terrible, I guess. Like, that's not the worst fight. Michael Shaychuk would be fun. But, I don't know. Give old Shaychuk a fucking break already. CLD would be interesting. Armin Petrosyan would be interesting. Bruno Silva would be interesting. Actually, Bruno Silva would be pretty fucking interesting. There's a Roman Kopylov would be very fun. So just a lot of really good fucking fight ideas for Zach Reese. And just give him fun fights. Old Shaychuk would be fun. If you want to kill him again, Bruno Silva would be fun. COD would be fun. So a lot of fun fights. I'm not really sure. Like, I really like the Bruno Silva fight. That is definitely the one maybe at the top of my fucking billing right now, because I think that's just a really entertaining fight. So if you want to do that, let's do it. I'm more than down to see that fight. But again, then you got someone like Christian Leroy Duncan, who also would be just fine for that. So yeah, not really upset about. Just don't give him a fucking boring grappler. So don't give him fucking Jacob Malkoon or some bullshit. Give him someone entertaining. So, yeah. Not very much else I can think to say. Flawless victory by Zach Reese, aka iDubbbz. He looks just like him, I swear to God. In this fucking sparring practice against a heavy bag. And, yeah. Who should he fight next? I guess Bruno Silva is at the top of my ideas list right now. Maybe that'll change tomorrow, we'll see. But as of right now, I really like the idea of him and Bruno Silva. Sounds like a good fight. Let's see it. Good win for Zach Reese, and I feel bad he kind of wasted his time though. Good win nonetheless. And now for the featured prelim, we head to lightweight, which I was right. The Tabatha was wrong in the breakdown. It was up a weight class, not at 45. And then our featured prelim at lightweight, on very short notice, we have Francis Marshall versus Dennis Buzukja. First thing I'll say is Danny Silva might have killed Dennis Buzukja if that was the fight that still was meant to happen, because holy shit, Buzukja's ass. Not very much to say about this fight. It was okay, maybe the worst prelim. This was a fine fight. I think the Cavalcanti fight was better. I know, the Borshchev fight was way better. The only one that you can good debate is the Reese fight, since that was just pathetic. So, this close. I might take this over the Reese fight the more I think about it, so... yeah, maybe. This fight was still... not like this fight was bad, but it was just kinda... it happened. Nothing special about it, but it was fine. Round 1, Marshall just cuddled Buzukja for 5 minutes. Boring ass shit. Which, by the way, you wanna know what made the other 4 fights entertaining? They were not fucking lame little bitches who didn't know how to fight. They actually, fought, didn't have to cuddle. Interesting. And then round 2, Marshall got a big knockdown early in the fight, but, for the rest of the round, he kinda just got beat up by Buzukja. I don't know how you don't give I don't know how you don't give Marshall that round 2. Yeah, he really didn't do shit outside the knockdown, but still a giant knockdown that almost ended the fight. Kinda hard to not give him it, so pretty much 2-0 going into round 3, and Buzukja clearly won round 3, but too little too late, as he did lose the fight overall on 2 scorecards. And that was that. Yeah, first of all, how the fuck did two judges give Marshall round 3 when that was probably the worst round of the fight? B, how the fuck did two judges give Buzukja round 2? What the fuck is wrong with judging? It was a clear 29-28 for Marshall. The first 2 rounds he won. And Marshall completely got bailed out by the knockdown in round 2. Without that knockdown, he loses this fight. Hands down, he lost this fight. Without that knockdown early in round 2, he would have lost 29-28, losing round 2 and 3. But since he did get a giant knockdown to begin the round, he got lucky. I'll give him that much. The guy got really fucking lucky. Hell, that fucking knockdown pretty much saved his UFC career, because a loss here and he was getting cut, so he got pretty fucking lucky. Francis Marshall better fucking count his lucky fucking stars, because he pretty much got lucky. I don't know. I don't think he's the better fighter. I think he got lucky, so I don't know. If that's disrespect, my bad. In the same breath, I don't care. So he got lucky. Not very much I'll say about the fight. It was meh. It was pretty much one on a lucky knockdown, so yeah. I guess let's talk about the fighter. Let's get into the fighters. I'll talk about Buzukja first. I cannot predict this motherfucker's fights. I literally can't. I'm literally 0-4 for picking his UFC fights. I picked him to beat Woodson and Emmers and Marshall, L's. I picked him to lose to Connor Matthews, L. It's what the fuck, man? So I get this was a bad pick, and then these were not. It's just dude, come the fuck on. It's annoying after a while. He's just not that great of a fighter. He's decent, but he's not a world beater. His striking looked fine in like round, like after the knockdown. His striking started to look really good, but like he gave up round 1. He got knocked down early in round 2. I don't know. He's just not been the most impressive in the UFC, and now he's 1-3. If he loses his next one, he's probably getting cut. So better win your next one, man. Just no, just hard to predict. Hard to predict, man. Sometimes he looks really good, like the Matthews fight, and then he looks like the Jamal Emmers and the Francis Marshall fight. And clearly, Merab Najo ain't teaching him shit, or he's just not learning. And I'm talking about Francis Marshall. I don't think he's that good. Like, yeah, he got his first win in 2 years, but it was against Dennis Buzukja, and again, it was by pure luck. So. Good for him, I guess. In my opinion, he's 1-3 in the UFC. He beat William Gomez, so not a bad record. He's fine. He's a perfectly fine fighter. Can't really say anything that bad about him. And yeah, good way to get back on track, I guess. Still young, 25 years old, and he looked fine here. So again, won by pure luck, but yeah, that's all you need in MMA. I don't think I'm gonna do fight idea. I really don't care who Francis Marshall fights next, and I don't give a fuck who Dennis Buzukja fights next. So, yeah, not really a fight idea here. Could care less, and plus they fought up a weight class anyway. So, yeah, not really much else to say. Fine fight to end the prelims. Nothing special, but it was all right. And yeah, I don't know why it was a featured prelim. I think that should have been Borshchev, but. These two didn't have a snooze fest. They had a decent fight, so I'll give them that much. Good fight, I guess, but nothing special, and it was won by pure luck. So that was the prelims. They were good, like no bad fights. Like you had an amazing knockout, a fun fight. Probably the worst fight on the card the more I think about it, and a fine fight. Nothing terrible, but nothing great. They were fine. This was great, the other 4 were fine, so yeah, not the best prelims I've seen, not even in the Apex no less, but I've seen worse, and I'm not completely upset with them, so yeah. Judging's fucking terrible, but what do you expect? Should not be a split at all. Should not be a split at all. Should not be a split at all. So, whatever. Fine fight. About all I can say. Now, let's get into the main card, which was also pretty decent. Some fun moments on here. So, unless I'm going to say something about the prelims, which I doubt I am, let's get into the main card, where we begin in the middleweight division with a fight that I predicted perfectly, because I know my shit. No, I don't. I got completely lucky. And then our feature in our main card opener in the middleweight division, we have GM3 Gerald Meerschaert versus Edmen Shahbazyan. I told y'all, I'm not sold on Edmen is back, because he beat some fucking cans. I told y'all. In round 1, Edmen just dominated on the feet, picked GM3 apart as expected, and that was about the only thing to say about round 1. Round 2, much of the same until he landed a vicious body shot that dropped GM3. Landed some ground and pound, and I'll talk about the small controversy with this in a second, but he did land a lot of ground and pound. I guess he could have stopped it, but that's for another conversation. And eventually he did make GM3 stand up. Meerschaert took him back down and locked up a arm triangle choke shortly after and got the comeback win. So the big controversy is, should you have stopped the fight when Edmen was ground pounding him? Yeah, GM3 ate. Yeah, like Edmen landed a bunch of shots, but like I think it was like 30, 40 shots, but most of them were blocked. So Like, and GM3 was still in there. He never got put out. He was never like beat up that bad. He was just blocking a bunch of shots. So could you have stopped it? Sure, would have been a bad stoppage, not the worst ever, but I think the ref did the right thing. Mark Smith did the right thing and let them fight on. So good job, good job. And that led to GM3's comeback win, taking the trophy for the most finishes in middleweight history, passing Anderson Silva with, I believe, 14 now. And a comeback. What a fucking comeback for the OG to get a big win. And good for him, man. I'll talk about GM3 first. Again, very good fucking win. The best one he's had probably since Makhmudmuradov. Bruno Silva, I forgot about that. He still got it. Is he a great fighter? Fuck no. How he's actually won so many fights is so insane, since all he can do is grapple. He can't strike. His cardio is actually decent, his grappling's very good. He's very one-dimensional, but he somehow makes it work, so hard not to give him props in that regards. He makes this weird-ass style that should not work and should have probably got him cut a long time ago. He wins fights and makes it work, so I gotta give him respect. And he's an OG of the game at 38 years old. Oh, he's only 36, my bad. At 36 years old, he's still able to fucking beat an Edmen Shahbazyan. And fucking now he's on a 2-fight winning streak at middleweight. Good for him, man. Good for him. He's still got some left in the tank. Like, fucking 3-2 in his last 5. Since 2021, 5-3 overall. He's doing good. And now he put himself in a position for another decent fight after winning out the big underdog here. So good for GM3, man. Good for GM3. And another thing I'll say is fucking he was 3-0 on tough finales going into this fight. As you see here, that's 2-0, and then the Muradov fight was on a tough finale card, and now he is 4-0. So, tough finale Gerald Meerschaert's a fucking problem. That guy, good. To talk about Edmen Shahbazyan, yeah, this guy is a complete fucking failed prospect. He's not good. He's not good. It's that simple. I told you I was not sold on him. I was not sold on Edmen is back because he beat Dolce Lungambula and AJ Dobson, 2 terrible fighters. Like, every time he's fought someone halfway decent lately, especially a grappler, he had no chance. He looked fucking terrible because he is terrible. It's that simple. He's not a good fighter. He's a subpar kickboxer with no cardio, shit ground game, because actually non-existent ground game, and he has no heart. He's not a good fighter, and he just screams a PFL fighter, to be honest. Like, that's not even like that much of an insult. He just gives the vibes of a PFL fighter. Like, I could see him in PFL within like 2 more years. He's not good, and now he is, let's see, since 2020 he is 2-5. When he was at one point fucking 4-0 in the UFC. Going into the Brunson fight, he was 11-0. And now he went from 11-0 to 13-5. He's just not that good. It's that simple. Like, he's a subpar kickboxer, and that's his main skill set. I don't know. I just really don't know what to say. So, he's a failed prospect. He's a middleweight Darren Till. He's a hyped up dude who they wanted to push, and it failed. So I don't know. Edmen's not back after. Well, Edmen's back to doing what he does best: getting fucking beat. Only thing left to say, unless I'm going to say something to begin with, is who should I fight next? for GM3, I think he made a perfect call out that I would love to see, and that is Paul Craig. I think that's an awesome fight that I would love to see. And besides that, the only other fight I could really see is Andre Muniz, another grappler. There's a lot of grapplers in middleweight right now. Bo Nickel, Rodolfo Vieira, GM3, Paul Craig, Jung Young Park, fucking Andre Muniz. So I want to see him fight. Bo Nickel should fight Rodolfo Vieira. If I didn't think they should do this fight, then I would love to see GM3 and Bo Nickel. But since I do think they should do Rodolfo, and I think they are going to do Rodolfo and Bo Nickel, I think GM3 and Paul Craig's a fucking perfect fight. You got two dudes who are pretty much the same fighter. How do you not do that fight? Like, and they are the same fighter. They both can't strike, and they both are great on the ground. That just screams super interesting. But if Paul Craig wants to be out for a little bit longer, Andre Muniz works just fine. Because he's also another grappler. He has more striking than Craig, but it works just as well. So, but again, perfect call out by GM3. Him and Paul Craig would be a cool fucking fight, and I hope they do that fight because it'd be really fucking neat. So, book it. And then for Edmen, they're gonna feed him another can, so he can get a win, like fucking Cody Brundage or some shit. So, yeah, whatever. Not really much else to say. Great win for GM3, great comeback for GM3, and great way to rewrite the history books. Now the most finishes in the division are like submissions. I don't fucking know, something along those lines. But yeah, he earned it. Good for him. And who should I fight next? I love GM3 versus Paul Craig, and Edmen versus a can. It's just what's gonna happen. So whatever. GM3 and Paul Craig's just an awesome fight. I love it. I love that idea, and I hope they book it. I would love to see that fight. Nothing really else I can say. Great way to begin the main card. Great comeback from GM3, and I called it. After that, we head to our second fight of the main card in the welterweight division. A fucking surprising fucking knockout. Like, I did not expect this. As in our second fight of the main card, we had Michael Morales versus Neil Magny. Just, wow, another super impressive performance, and this one is very impressive just in the way that he did it. What a win for Michael Morales, and he is back and better than ever. Wow. The long story short of the fight, it was a pretty slow fight at first. Now I know why I'm showing that. Like, they had a feeling out process. It was close. Like, it was a close fight, but like no one really did anything crazy. And then out of nowhere, like in the clinch, Michael Morales throws a crazy spinning elbow, drops Magny bad, and just jumps on him after some ground and pound. He flattens Magny out and gets the ground and pound finish. And round one was about 21 seconds left on the clock. Just wow. To do that to Neil Magny is impressive. You don't just drop Neil Magny like that. Like, you don't just finish Neil Magny like that. There's a very small list of people who have done that to Neil Magny, and it's impressive. It's very impressive. Like, Michael Morales took his welterweight test pretty much. That's where Neil Magny is, and he passed with flying colors. This kid is back and better than ever. Wow. I said he shouldn't be a minus 900 favorite. I was wrong. He looked every bit of that minus 900 favorite. My bad. Anything else to say about the fight? Not really. So let's get into Michael Morales. This kid's good. This kid's fucking good, and again, he fought the measuring stick of welterweight, and he passed the test with flying colors. He is just that good. Like, this is the best he's ever looked in the UFC, just in general. Like, fuck the win. of who it's against. This is just the best he's looked in general. He is him. He is him, and I'm happy he's now in the top 15. At only like 24, 25. That dude's 25 years old and this good. Give him another 5-6 years. Dude, he's gonna probably win a bout. He's that good. He's probably holding a bout sooner than later. Like, he is so fucking good. And now he's beat 3 really good veterans in a row, just smashing Neil Magny like it was nothing. This guy's a problem. I said it in the breakdown kind of as a joke, and I think it fucking holds true now. He is Ecuador's best chance at a champion. He's 1,000 times better than Cheeto ever will be or ever was. So, he's him. He's him. 25 years old, he is that guy. Happy to have him back. Hopefully he fights again pretty soon. Hopefully he doesn't sit out another year. But at the same time, at his age, he can do that. He's not going to get worse. When you're older and you sit out, you get shittier. But when you are younger and you sit out, you get better, in a way. So, but as a fan, I want to see him fight again ASAP. So, because he's that good. To talk about Neil Magny, it's Neil Magny. He's gonna win some, he's gonna lose some, but I can't remember ever seeing him go out like that. Like, he's only been KO'd in the first round twice. I think, was Ponzi the other one? No, who else KO'd him in round? RDA, oh no, that was a submission. Lorenzo Larkin. Like, you don't just fucking do that to Neil Magny. Like, the only people to finish Neil Magny lately have been fucking Gilbert Burns, who's Gilbert Burns, Shavkat, who's fucking Shavkat, and before that we're going back to 2018 with Ponzi, and now we're going even farther back. So in his last 5 losses, only 3 have finished him. The only thing I think is, how shit is Ian Gary? Morales only needed a round, Shavkat needed 2 rounds, almost 3. Gilbert Burns only needed a round. I guess there's just levels to this, and Morales passed this level perfectly. Like, Magny's good. Magny's a good fighter. He's gonna be he's always a tough test for whoever he fights. But he was not the fraud checking guy tonight. He got smashed. So I feel bad to an extent, because he is like an OG, a fucking veteran. But at the same time, you fraud check too many people. Now you reap the consequences. So you want to have the toughest strength of schedule and fucking fight all the undefeated dudes. I see why you are fucking win loss. So he's good. He's always gonna be a tough veteran, but not tonight. Not very much I'll say about the fight, nor the fighters, besides who should they fight next. For Michael Morales, the bad thing, I have no fucking idea. I say that because everyone is fucking booked right now. Holland's booked versus Dolidze. MVP is just not gonna happen, let's not lie. Luque is gonna get rebooked with fucking Nick Diaz for some reason. Buckley just got booked, Neil just got booked, Wonderboy's booked, Brady's booked, blah, blah, how have you. So, I just really don't think Michael Morales has a fight at the moment, unless what they should do, in my opinion, is say fuck the Luque-Nick Diaz fight because it's stupid, and have Morales fight Vicente Luque. But they're not gonna do that. Why? I don't know. I really don't know. So, I guess Morales is pretty much just waiting for an opponent. Like, it's gonna be the loser of any one of these fights. Buckley and Wonderboy, Neil and RDA, Brady and Burns, what have you. Like, probably, I don't mind him against the winner of, like, I guess he could fight the winner of Neil RDA. I don't hate that idea. So, that works. So, I guess Morales is going to be out for a hot minute because, again, he has no one to fight. Unless he fights some, I'm not sure, like, even some unranked, who would it be? And again, MVP is just not going to happen. I have no faith in that fight happening, so Yeah, I don't know. I feel bad for Morales to an extent because he's finally in the top 15 with no fucking opponent. I guess give it time. He'll find someone. Just has to find. Again, if the UFC wasn't stupid, they would fucking get rid of Luque and Diaz and do Luque and Morales. But since the UFC's fucking stupid, that they're not gonna do that. So, yeah, not really much else to say. And then for Neil Magny, he'll go back to fighting fucking prospects. Hell, maybe he'll get fed to MVP. You never know. To get MVP back on track, but he'll probably go fight another prospect. I could see him fighting Renat, Brian Battle, anyone like that. Actually Renat's probably super likely the more I think about it. So if Renat beats fucking the Sultan Ruziboyev, like he probably will, then yeah, they'll probably do that fight. So yeah, probably what they'll do next for Neil Magny. But yeah, not really much else to say. Good fight, amazing performance by Michael Morales. Just shocking how easily he got the job done. And who should they fight next? Mike Morales. Sadly, Reno got an idea at the moment because there's no one fucking available. And then for Neil Magny, another whatever prospects up next. So yeah, not very much else to say. Great one from Michael Morales. I feel bad that he has really no fight in the division right now, and yeah, great performance, and the kid is back, better than ever. Okay, I'm gonna make this short and sweet. I'm not talking about these tough fights because they were fucking stupid. The low light of the card. Marvin Santos is a fat bitch who can't fucking make weight. He clearly missed weight and he had to cheat on the scales to make weight. And Ryan Loder's a boring bitch who can't actually fight. I'm not talking about this garbage. They are the worst winners in TUF history. And what a disgrace to TUF. To go from guys like Forrest, Nate Diaz, Kamaru Usman to cans like Loder and Santos is disgraceful. Fuck them. The better fighter does not always win, and that's shown here. A cheater and a fucking wrestler. Gross. After that, we go to our co-main event of the evening. A fucking brawl in the women's strawweight division. I'm shocked of how great this fight was. A fight of the year contender. As we have Tabatha Ricci versus Angela Hill. Again, a fight of the year contender, and I know you're looking at this fight and thinking I'm fucking high, but no, I think it was one of the best fights of the year. For 15 minutes, they fought as fast as fucking possible, and you think I'm joking? I'm not. They fought 15 minutes like they downed 10 Red Bulls and did 10 lines of cocaine. Like, they fought as fast as humanly fucking possible. Yeah, how they kept that pace up for 15 minutes, I don't know. But they fought faster, like one of the fastest paced fights maybe ever. They went fucking bell to bell non-stop, and it was so fucking good. A great fight between two very good fighters, and it was very fun. Again, fight of the year contender in my opinion. Not on the lower echelon of that debate, but still on the list at least. To talk about how the fight actually went, for the clearest round of the fight was round 1 for Tabatha Ricci. She just landed the better shots and did the better work. I don't know what the fuck Eric Colin watched. Round 2 was very close. I leaned to Ricci, but you could have gave it to Hill. Just another close round where they both just went fucking shot for shot. And then round 3, Hill's best round of the fight, in my opinion. I think she took that round pretty clearly. And it was a close fight, but an Angela Hill fight that goes to decision, you know she's never getting the decision unless it's a domination. And that proves to be correct like always, because Ricci wins a clear 29-28 on all 3 scorecards to win. I agree with Mike Bell and Ben Cartage scorecards. I had it 2-1 Ricci, but if you said 2-1 Hill, I don't hate the idea. Like, you could give Hill round 2 and 3. It was very close. It's either 1 and 2 Ricci or 2 and 3 Hill. I think 1 and 2 Ricci is a little more honest, but again, giving it to Hill would not be the worst decision I've ever seen. So, whatever way you scored, I don't think you're wrong. Like, whatever 29-28 you give, I don't think you're wrong. Like, Eric Cullen was wrong because he gave round 1 to Hill and round 3 to Ricci. You got that shit backwards, buddy. But, yeah, it was a very close fight that could have won either way, and if it in an Angel Hill fight, you know it ain't going her way. So, still a really great fight, and just a great fight overall. Again, fast-paced, fucking like 2 bats out of hell, and they just went to war for 15 minutes again. Like, maybe, I'm trying to think of the female fights this year, this probably might be the best female fight of the year. Like, if this was in front of an arena, they would have went fucking bananas for 15 minutes, because they just fucking never slowed down. So, they could have fought fucking 2 more hard rounds, probably, fuck. Like, Angie, like, started gassing, but she still was fucking down to swing and bang. And Ricci's gas tank looks really fucking good, so just good 2 fighters with really good cardio going to war. Great co-main event. I guess you could say this was questionable co-maining before, but after, I get why it was the co-main. But enough talking about how great the fight was. Let's talk about the fighters. Did I say everything I wanted to say about the fight? Yeah, they went as fast as possible and had a banger. Now let's talk about the fighters. I'll start with Tabatha Ricci, since I'll say it, she finally did what I want her to do. She looked improved. Good job, Ricci. You finally improved. Her striking is the best I think it's ever looked. Like, even the Robertson fight, I think she looked better here, because Robertson can't fucking strike. Her cardio looked really fucking good. Her ground game, we didn't get to see much fit, but we already know that's really good. She finally looked better as a fighter. And I'm so fucking happy to be able to say that, because A, I like Ricci, and B, Ricci's a very good prospect of a lot of fucking potential. And now she's finally looked improved. She's been the same fighter, I think, her whole fucking run since going back down to her weight class. This is the first time I can say I think she's gotten better. Like, against, like, yeah, she's had amazing performances like the Panay fight, like the Jillian Robertson fight, but then you have, like, the Godinez fight where she looked terrible. The Tisha Pennington fight where she looked terrible and lost. Well, actually, she didn't look terrible against Ricci, but I think she did not look amazing. She's finally seeming to starting to get better, and I'll give her that. I said in the breakdown, it's only been 3 months since her last fight. Has she got better striking? Probably not. It's wrong. She has got better striking. That's what won her this fight, pretty much. She was able to land really nice shots throughout the fight, and just was looking like she's the better fighter at most of the fight. So, gotta give her props when they're due. She did what I asked. She looked like an improved fighter, and I'll give her fucking props. So good job, Ricci. Finally, that's where it's fucking rare for a fighter, I say, should improve as a fighter to actually improve. So good job, Tabatha. You're one of the rare kids who actually improved. Crazy. So good job. She looked better, and I'm proud. I'm proud that she's finally improving as a fighter. And talk about Angie. It's Angie. Like, I can't say much else. It's Angie. She's gonna win some. She's gonna lose some. We all love Angie, and that's about all I can say. She looked good in this fight, but again, she's never gonna get a close decision, so it really didn't matter. And yeah, it sucks to see her lose, because it would have been cool to see her like get one more like crack at a top ranked fight. She's probably gonna lose her next fight anyway because it would have been against a higher ranked opponent. But either way, it still would have been cool. But it's kind of fitting that Angie loses here because that's kind of been her whole career, just fucking like never been able to get over the hump, but still able to somehow always win fights. So that's Angie. We all love Angie. She's a fucking OG. I say a legend. I don't think that's a WMA legend, no doubt. And at 39 years old, she can still throw down with the best of them, and I'm happy. I'm happy. I feel like the day Angie retires is gonna be a pretty sad day for Women's MMA, but I don't think that's gonna be anytime soon because she still looks to be enjoying the job, and she's still looking good. So yeah, not very much else I can say. Sucks to see her lose, but Angie is Angie. About all I can really add. So yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else to say. Not really. Let's get into the fight ideas for Tabatha, Ricci. Where are they? So she just beat number 9 now on a 2-fight winning streak on paper. Probably Amanda Lemos should make the most sense because ain't Marina Rodriguez booked against Edmen and Lucindo. I saw a few people say Ricci and Marina, but I'm pretty sure Marina's booked. Yeah. So yeah, probably Amanda Lemos should make a lot of fucking sense. Like unless she fights down, but who the fuck would she fight? Fucking Pinheiro? Why? So yeah, probably Amanda Lemos. Not really sure because like Dern and Hebos are fighting each other. Marina's fighting Edmen. So yeah, Amanda Lemos. That'd be insane to see Ricci in the top 5. I would love to see it. And to be honest, I might pick her against Lemos. So I would be down to see them, man. I would be very fucking down to see them. So I hope they do that fight. Lemos and Ricci. Be a cool fight. It would be a pretty fucking cool fight. And again, I would love to see Ricci in the top 5. So never know, man. Never know. If she looks like how she did tonight against Lemos, she might beat her. And then for Angela Hill, back to the drawing board. Who could she fight? 100 people. Got fucking Karolina Kowalkiewicz. Battle of 2 OGs would be cool. Got Jillian Robertson. Got well, in the rankings, that's about it. And then there's a bunch of people outside the rankings that she can always fucking beat, which is her specialty. So yeah, a lot of options for Angie. We'll probably see her again sooner than later because she's always active. And yeah, whoever she fights, it'll be probably a good fight, and always good to see Angie fight. So yeah, who knows what's gonna happen. And yeah, not very much else to say. Only thing I'm saying is good fight, great co-main event, great fight overall. Should have got 5 of the night bonus in my opinion. And who should they fight next? I like Tabatha Ricci versus Amanda Lemos, and Angela Hill versus... Really no idea for Angie, sadly. Got Robertson, Karolina, etc. So whoever the UFC feels is right. But yeah, not very much else to say. Great fight, great performance by both of them. And Ricci and Lemos. Again, it'd be really cool to see Ricci in the top 5. So we'll see if it happens. Either way, good win for Ricci in her first co-main event. I think the highest she's ever been on a card. And she's improving as a fighter. I'm proud. I'm very proud. And now, time for the main event of the evening. A fucking banger in the middleweight division. Back-to-back bangers in the middleweight division, main event-wise. So, that's really cool. As in our main event of UFC Vegas 96, we had a war between Caio Borralho versus Gerald Cannonier. What a fucking war this was. Well, where do I begin? I'll recap the fight. It was a kind of not a hard fight to really score. So that's one good thing, because we know the judges kind of fucking shit themselves when it comes to anything that takes brain power. In round one, it was good. Easily the slowest and most calm round of the fight. I think Caio took the round, but it was definitely the closest round of the fight. Round two, Gerald really turned it on, rocking Caio pretty badly, and taking the round 1-1. Round 3, Caio bounced back, rocking Gerald pretty badly close to the end of the round. 2-1. Round 4, it was kind of close. I think it was kind of clear round for Gerald. I had it 2-2 going into the fourth, or to the fifth. I think Gerald had a better round 4 than Caio, but I guess giving Caio round 4 ain't insane. And then round 5, very close round until Caio landed a fucking left hand from hell that pretty much put Gerald out cold on the cage, but he did jump on him and try and ground and pound him out, which kind of kept Gerald in the fight. Probably would have got a knockout if he didn't jump on him, because I've seen a replay 100 times just in the last couple hours since the fight ended, and Gerald was out fucking cold, stiff as a board going down. Though probably could have got a badass walk-off KO, but he wanted to ground and pound on top of it, and kinda fumbled the bag on that finish though. But still, some got that round 10-8, which I think is a little insane, and got the win 49-45. If you're gonna say round 5 to 10-8, then it should be 48-46. And Caio Borralho wins his first main event and proves he is very, very fucking legit. Wow, what a fight. One of the best fights of the year. Again, back-to-back awesome middleweight main events. You had Drakus last week, this week. Middleweight's on fire right now. Middleweight is truly on fire right now. And it's just added a log onto the fire. An amazing fight here. Getting another prospect up top in the rankings, now joining Imavov and Allen, I'd say even Drakus, since he hasn't even been there that long. And middleweight's just getting a new wave of fighters. Drakus, Allen, Imavov, even though Imavov kind of sucks, Caio, fucking Bo Nickel sooner than later, a bunch of Gregory Rodriguez everyone loves. A bunch of just really good fucking fighters coming up in the middleweight division right now, and just love to see it. A weight class that's kind of been dormant for a while, and now they got another great prospect in the top 5 with Caio Borralho, so love to see it. Great fight, like I said, and great main event to go into a break week. I got to talk about Caio Borralho first, because again, this guy's legit. He is so fucking good. I thought striking with Gerald Cannonier was gonna get him fucking beat, since he did get rocked pretty bad in round 2. He fucking dropped Cannonier. This guy's good. He's well-rounded. He can strike. He can wrestle. He's just really, really good. He's a problem. He's gonna be a problem for a lot of people. He's just that damn good, and let's see how far he can go, man. Do I think he wins the belt? I don't know about that yet. Drakus is very tough. Strickland is very tough. Whitaker is very tough. Fucking getting that middleweight belt's a little harder than it has been lately. Let alone he still has to, I think, get the title shot. Who knows if that's gonna fucking happen? But he's good. He's young still. He's only 31. He still has a lot of time left, and he's just that guy. That fighting nerd's gym is fucking insane. one of the best gyms in MMA right now, maybe the best gym in MMA right now at this point, and he's the top chief of that fucking gym, and you see why. He's good. He's that guy. It's that simple. He's just that fucking good. He's legit. And then talk about Jared Cannonier. Like, I thought, like, if Caio won this fight, I'd be walking out of the fight thinking, maybe it's time to retire Jared, Nah, he can still fight with the fucking best of them. Like, he can still brawl with the best of them. Like, he went 5 hard rounds of Borralho. He was doing good against Nasruddin Imavov. Like, he can fucking still go. Is he in his prime? No. Can he, like, is he as good as he was a couple years ago when he was fucking beating Brunson and Gastelum and Hermanson? No. But he still is very good. He still has power in his hands. He still has a really good cardio. He's a very good fighter still, but I think at 40 years old, he's only as good as he can be. So, you're gonna age. Father time's gonna get everyone, and it's starting to get Jared, but to an extent. It's got him in ways that I do think did affect him in this fight, but not in ways where he got ran over. He can still go with the best of them, but he's definitely showing signs of being 40. So, but he still can go with the best of them. And again, just look at his 2 performances this year, having very close fights with 2 dudes a lot of people view as the future of the weight class. So he's that guy. He's still that guy. He's still, like, he's a good gatekeeper. He's a really good gatekeeper for middleweight, and he's good. He's still really good. So about all I can really say at this point. He's very good, and again, a very fucking scary gatekeeper. That someone his talent level can be a gatekeeper is pretty crazy. But yeah, not really much else to say, unless I'm going to say something, which I don't believe I am. So let's get into fight ideas for Borralho. I think a lot of people agree with this idea, and it just makes the most sense. He should fight the winner of Alan Imavov. Why? Because at best right now you could be in the 3rd spot in the fucking title rankings, because you got Strickland at number 1. He's gonna fight Drake is who knows when. You got Whitaker Hamzat winner at number 2, and then you got number 3, which is whoever comes out on top between Alan, Imavov, and Caio, in my opinion. So yeah, I think the winner of fucking whoever comes out of Alan, Imavov, and Caio should be above Rob and Hamzat, but that's what I think. To be realistic, again, at best you are 3rd place in title contention, and you probably ain't getting that title shot for a long fucking time, till probably this time next year. Because who knows when Drake is Strickland's happening. No, if Hamzat wins, who fucking knows when Drake is Hamzat's happening. And then, who knows what bullshit they pull in between then, etc., etc. So, it just makes sense for Caio to fight the winner of Alan Imavov. That'd be an amazing main event on a fight night. Title eliminator. Winner gets a title shot whenever, and it just makes the most sense. So, yeah, sounds good to me in my opinion. And trust me, I would love to see Borralho versus Brendan Allen. That just seems like a 10 out of 10 banger of a fight. So let's fucking see that, man. Let's fucking see that. Yeah, not very much else I can say. And then for Jared Cannonier, yeah, he didn't drop down the rankings. He could fight a lot of people. Paulo Costa, Michel Pereira, if he beats Fluffy Hernandez. So, depending on what the UFC wants to do, him and Costa could work, since they are kind of like the old guard of the division, slowly kind of getting faded out. Or again, you can feed him to the winner of Fluffy Pereira, or you got fucking a lot of options for Cannonier middle. Like, it's kind of hard to make a fight idea since we know that the rankings are going to change so drastically on Tuesday, because Caio's going to jump up here, Gerald's going to jump down here, yada yada yada. So yeah, Gerald could fight a lot of people, like I said, Paulo, Piera, the loser of Alan Imavov. So many options for him. So guess we'll have to wait and see what happens. Yeah, he's the gatekeeper, and actually, the Costa kind of stupid since Gerald is just a gatekeeper now, so it makes more sense for the winner of Piera Fluffy to fight Gerald, because that'd be a gatekeeper type of fight, so probably that makes more sense, but I'm not against Gerald Cannonier and Paulo Costa either. That'd be a badass fucking fight, so either way, I'm down to see either one. He just lost to the better Paulo Costa anyway, so yeah. Not very much else to say. Amazing main event. One of the best fights of the year, another amazing middleweight main event, and Tuesday fight next. I like Borralho versus the winner of Alan Imavov, and I like Gerald Cannonier versus probably the winner of Fluffy Piera. Caio and Alan would be a fucking banger to see who gets a title shot, and Gerald versus Michelle Pereira, or even Fluffy Fernandez would be fucking awesome. So both amazing fights, both could main event fight nights, and yeah, not very much else to say. Middleweight's on fire right now, and you see why. Great way to end UFC Vegas 96 and go into a break week. Boom. That's the card to go over how I did on picks. I went 7 of 11 for perfect 500. The only two I really got wrong were Hill and Buzukja. I'm not counting garbage tough fights. Yeah, Angie is never going to get a close decision, and Buzukja, I will never get one of his fights right. But still, great night of picks. I get called a perfect fucking underdog here. This was pretty nice. I think that's predictable. Just a good night of picks. The bonuses for the card were 5s a night to Gerald and Caio, performance bonuses to Morales and GM3. I would have done 2 5 a nights to Gerald and Angie. I think they both deserved it. Yes, I know that would never happen, and I would have gave performance bonuses to Morales, Meerschaert, and Cong Wang. How Cong Wang didn't get a bonus, I'll never fucking know. So I would have had 3 performance bonuses, 2 fight of the night. Again, I know they'll never fucking do something like that, because that would cost a lot of money that Dana ain't spending. So yeah, good dream though. Always good to dream. And I guess the only thing left to say is, if you missed the card, what should you go back and rewatch? Cong Wang for sure, if you've not already seen the clip on Twitter. And then the whole main card outside the tough fights, so just cut out this middle portion, watch the other 4 fights. Caio, Ricci, Morales, and GM3 were all great. These 4 are up to you. I'm not saying don't watch them, I'm not saying to watch them. Don't watch this one. Don't watch this one, it's a waste of your time. The other 3, that's up to you. I probably wouldn't go back and watch them on a rewatch of the card, but again, if you want to see them for the first time and get your opinion on them, go ahead. I say you should only watch Cong Wang, GM3, Michael Morales, Tabatha, Ricci, and Borralho. I think that was the best parts of the card, and those really made the card overall, so about all I can really say. Not very much else to say. Very good card. Some good moments. Caio, Ricci having bangers. Cong Wang, Michael Morales, GM3 having some great performances. Just a really fun card and a really fun way to go into a break week. Yes, sadly there's no card next week, and the next time you'll hear from me is in 2 weeks for a breakdown of UFC Vegas 97, Burns and Brady. That card's not as good as this one on paper, and I doubt it will be as good as in execution, so, but we always gotta just hope and pray, right? So yeah, but that'll be the next time you hear from me. You'll hear me break down that card Friday 1 p.m. EST, and then recap on the following Sunday. So yeah, you know the drill, and I hope you do by now. And yeah, not very much else I can really think to say. Fun card and fun way to go into a break, so not very much else to say. Unless I'm going to say something which I don't think I am, please like, comment, subscribe. I'm really going to go into an hour and a half fucking recap. Imagine if I didn't skip the tough fights. Jesus. Man, I lost my train of thought. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. 100 subs goal by the end of the year. Again, you'll hear from me again in 2 weeks. So enjoy your break from my annoying ass. And unless I'm forgetting to say something, as always, RX out. Good vibes only and always.